So how long do you think a lawnmower should last? Should it last 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, or even 20 or 30 years? Well, I've had this EGO mower now for 5 years, and let's just say it has not had a great deal of love. So we're going to check it out for 1, to see if it still works, 2, to see what condition it's in, and 3, to see if it's as good as petrol machines. So this mower is an LM 2020 ESP, and as you can see from the serial number, it was made in 2018, but I didn't actually buy this mower until 2019. So you may be saying, James, why do you have a mower in this condition? Well, some of you may know we used to own a machinery dealership, and we used to actually sell the EGO products. And back then we were very new to battery products, very new to EGO, and battery products were one of those things where people were like, shall I do it, shan't I? So we actually took this on as a demonstrator unit and had it to display to customers and show customers how it worked and why it worked and what it could do. And then after that, my wife was looking for a mower to be able to cut our dog pen and our back lawn when I didn't get to do it. She goes, can I have a mower so that I can mow it when I want to mow it rather than when I get round to it? So I thought, do you know what? You can have the demo unit. So she's had it ever since. Now let's just say she has not looked after it. I don't think the blade may have been sharpened once. But as you can see from here, it is covered in, well, it is covered in poo. Bird poo. It's all got last year's grass on it, it's got dust and horrible grime on it, and just wait until we look underneath because it's even worse. With a mower in this condition, we thought it's a perfect opportunity to see how well EGO products fare after 5 years of use. Right, let's check out underneath. So yeah, a familiar sight you see when you pull your mower out for the first time this year. You forgot to clean it out, and it is full of grass. Now, there's one thing to know, that manufacturers make the deck shell the shape they do to make it work to its optimum performance. And if your deck is full of grass underneath, it's not going to work as well as it would as if it was clean. So full disclosure, a year after having this product, we had a battery failure. The 6 amp hour battery that was originally supplied with the mower just failed. It started flashing a red light, it wouldn't reset and wouldn't take a charge. So we processed a warranty claim through with EGO, and they replaced it with no questions asked. So the battery that is now in it is still a 6 amp hour, but it is a 2020 battery. And since then, this battery has not been a problem. We have already fully charged it, ready for this video, and it is still showing as fully charged. Does it still do the same job? We're yet to find out. If you own an EGO mower yourself, you may be saying that that doesn't look like your EGO mower. Well, this is a steel deck version, whereas you might have got the plastic grey deck version. This is actually a 2nd generation product from EGO, and their 1st generation was a steel deck machine with solid handles, whereas this adopted the telescopic handles, which also come on the plastic deck mowers. And since then, EGO have not stopped developing their mowers. They have pretty much brought out a new mower every single year. And now they even have an aluminium deck, commercial grade machine. Right, so I'm now going to clean off all the crud on this mower, and we're going to check it out to see where any problems lie and see if it still works. That's the deck cleaned out. Now it's time for the top. But look at the pile of rubbish that's come out of there. Beautiful. So now I've cleaned off the dung and the dirt, also sharpened the blade, we can look to see how this mower is faring. So this mower is suffering from the same thing that all steel deck mowers do, and that is rust. Oh yes, water and steel create rust, and that's exactly what is happening under here, under the deck, and on the other side. Now, it's not really something you can get away from with a steel deck mower. It's going to happen to them all eventually, but you can prevent it. You can paint the deck regularly underneath, but firstly, the most important thing is to keep it clean. This mower hasn't been looked after, as we previously said, and it's had grass and dog turds on it sitting, allowing it to eat into that paintwork and get into the metal underneath. And by cleaning it regularly, perhaps oiling it with WD-40, a water displacement, to be able to keep that water out of the paintwork and metal, will make it last a lot longer. So it is just surface rust through the most of the mower, but there are places where there's little bobbles. Now that is where a stone has come up from underneath the deck and hit into the bottom of the mower, causing the paintwork to fail and the rust to spread. Alternatively, you could buy one of EGO's polymer deck mowers, aka plastic decks, because being made of plastic, not made of metal, they don't rust and last a lot longer. As mowers get older, they also suffer from wobbly wheels, and to be fair, there's not a great deal difference compared to when it is new. Height adjustment is all still working, right down to the bottom and all the way up to the top. Side discharge flap, all working, although I have lost the chute. Transport handle, all still clicking in. And height adjustments, 1, 2, 3, all working. Although I have lost the handle grip. Telescopic handles, out with the clips and up. And they are all still clipping in. Let's put the battery back in and see if it all still works. Let's see if the lights work. Hold the light button on. Oh, we don't have any lights. Everything's all plugged in. Try again. No lights. Let's see if the blades run up. Button in. Ho ho! She's still firing. Is it still self-propelled? Green lever. We're going forwards, but does the speed control work? That's in slow mode. Yeah. There we go. Flat out. Now we need to test this on some grass to make sure it still cuts a lawn as it should. But because this deck is so rusty, first of all, I'm going to clean it up even more and I'm going to paint it so it's almost like new, because otherwise this mower is probably going to last another 12 months, 2 years if I'm lucky. But I want to get more life out of it than that, so full paint job and then we'll be out on the lawn. There she is, all painted. I'll be honest, I didn't do it myself. I got one of my guys to do it. As you can see, it's not quite a colour match, but what a difference. What a difference. And then underneath the deck as well. Perfect. Look at that. Excellent. Let's see if we can still cut grass. First cut of the year on this lawn, let's do it. Right, I've got it on level 3. We've got 5 bars of battery. Let's fire up. Low speed. And we are off. With a freshly painted deck. And a sharp blade. Oh, I'm doing a bit of rotivating as well. The sun's coming out. There we are, one cut lawn. So there we have an EGO product which was manufactured 6 years ago but has had 5 years worth of use and has been treated extremely badly. But as we can see, with a bit of preventative maintenance, we should be able to get that to last at least another 5 years. And because it's a steel deck, obviously the fatigue is going to set in quicker than it would be if it is plastic. But EGO also have another option, and they have that aluminium deck mower, which we have now received. So we're going to be bringing you some content on that machine very, very soon. So the long and the short of it is, how long should a mower last? Well, a steel deck mower, if it's not very well looked after, I'd say between 5 and 10 years. If it's well looked after, between 10 and 15. If you've got a poly deck mower, then you're probably going to be looking between sort of 15 and 20 years. But if you've got an aluminium deck mower, you could make it last as long as 20 to 30 years. But all of that depends on how well you look after it. If you just chuck your mower back in the shed after you've used it every time, you're going to shorten the lifespan of that mower one massive amount. But if you clean it off, if you service it regularly, then you're going to let that mower and make that mower last for years. So we're Machinery Nation, and we bring you videos every single week about tools and machinery, so please consider subscribing, hit the like button, ding the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheerio! Oh, I forgot my mower.